Hello, listeners, and welcome to Epic Storytime. My name is Emmeline, and today we will be following the adventures of the great Greek hero Odysseus on his way home from the Trojan War as he faces a greater threat than he has ever faced before. Now, imagine that you are Odysseus. You are a great leader with hundreds of soldiers with you. Your only goal? To get back home. But Zeus has blown you far off course, and your crew is running out of food. You've been sailing for days with little hope when suddenly a sailor shouts, "Land!" Everyone rushes to the deck as an island comes into view. Your map identifies it as the island of the Cyclops. Although you've heard stories of these one-eyed giants, you don't see any, so you decide it's safe to land. You come ashore and take a breath of fresh sea air with the sense of an island. One of your companions spots evidence of goats on the island. Finally, food. After a successful hunt, you have enough supplies to last your crew for several more weeks, and you are ready to continue your journey home. Your men are urging you to leave and lead the ships home. However, you have yet to see a Cyclops. What should you do in this situation? Should you listen to your friend's advice, take the safe path, and continue your journey home? Or should you try and find a dangerous Cyclops and see what it has to offer? Well, Odysseus chooses to let his curiosity get the best of him. He takes 12 of his best men to go look for a Cyclops. Before long, they discover a giant cave filled with food but no Cyclops. Odysseus's men beg him to take the supplies and leave, but he insists on waiting for the cave's owner, expecting the hospitality that the Greek culture valued so highly. Instead, the cave's owner, Polyphemus, returns, seals the entrance with a massive boulder, and discovers the frightened Greeks hiding inside. Odysseus explains that they are warriors returning from Troy and asks for hospitality, warning Polyphemus that the gods will punish whomever does not honor this custom. But Polyphemus only laughs, claiming he has no fear of the gods, before demanding to know where their ships are. Knowing Polyphemus plans to destroy his escape, Odysseus lies, claiming his ships were wrecked on the rocks. The Cyclops respond by killing 2 of his men. By the next morning, 2 more are gone, and after another brutal meal that evening, only 6 companions remain. During the day, while Polyphemus is away tending his flock, Odysseus secretly sharpens a massive wooden stake and prepares his plan. Odysseus is, of course, horrified, but swallowing his fear, he walks up to Polyphemus and offers him a gift. This gift is a large bowl of Odysseus's very potent wine. As the Cyclops drinks, he asks Odysseus his name so he can give a gift back. Odysseus, clever as always, says that nobody is his name. Polyphemus says that as his guest gift, he shall eat nobody last, and promptly passes out. Once the wine puts Polyphemus to sleep, Odysseus and his men drive the sharpened stick into the Cyclops' eye, blinding him. His cries bring the neighboring Cyclops, but when he shouts that nobody is attacking him, they assume nothing is wrong and leave. The next morning, Odysseus ties himself and his men beneath the largest sheep. As the flock leaves the cave, the Greeks slip out unnoticed and race back to their ship. They hurry to climb aboard the ship and sail away, but when Odysseus thinks that they are out of reach, Odysseus's fatal flaw, pride, takes over. He mocks Polyphemus for letting them go. Furious, Polyphemus hurls massive boulders towards the ship, coming dangerously close to sinking it. Even as his crew begs him to stop, Odysseus can't resist taunting the Cyclops one last time. He declares his name to Polyphemus and tells him that Odysseus of Ithaca defeated him. The boat is out of reach, so Polyphemus cannot sink it. However, he prays to his father Poseidon to curse Odysseus. Poseidon's curse is that Odysseus will never make it home, and if he does, he will return alone and haunted. With that ominous prophecy, Odysseus continues on his journey. This is a story full of adventure, risks, and lessons. While reading this story, I realized that Odysseus isn't a perfect hero. He's brave and intelligent, but he also makes mistakes that have serious consequences for himself and his crew. I hadn't thought before how much Odysseus's decisions affected the people traveling with him. His curiosity and pride didn't just hurt him, they put everyone else in danger too. This story reminded me that sometimes it's hard to listen to advice, especially when you're confident you're right. I've had moments where I realized later that I should have listened to other people's warnings. It also made me think about how one small decision can have much bigger consequences than you expect. Sometimes something that seems harmless can end up affecting everyone that comes after. I likewise connected with the idea that strengths can become weaknesses if they're taken too far. Being confident is a good thing, but too much confidence can turn into pride, just like it did for Odysseus. The Odyssey has many stories like this. These stories have huge challenges. Odysseus' way to get out of these challenges, and most importantly, life lessons that can be learned through the examples of Odysseus, are important to these stories. Overall, Odysseus' encounter with Polyphemus shows that even the greatest heroes can have flaws. His intelligence saved his life, but his pride created even greater challenges, reminding us that our greatest strengths can also become our greatest weaknesses. Thank you for listening.